Hi, I'm Ryan. If you've ever wondered what Microsoft 365 is, this is the video for you. To begin with, if you go to Microsoft.com, on the upper menu, you'll see Microsoft 365. If you click that, now we're to the Microsoft 365 page. So what exactly is Microsoft 365? Well, it's a subscription service that gives you access to Microsoft's main productivity apps, plus cloud storage and extra features. Now, years ago, you could buy Microsoft Office one time and own it forever. But now, Microsoft primarily offers their apps through a subscription, and that is called Microsoft 365. So think of it like this. Instead of buying a toolbox once, you're essentially renting the toolbox, but it's always updated and available everywhere. And this is the page where you would get started. Okay, so there's a few options that you have when it comes to signing up for Microsoft 365, and you'll see it right here for individuals, for business, for enterprise, for education. So let's begin with looking at for individuals. Let's click on See Plans and Pricing. Okay, so we have a number of different options. We've got Microsoft 365 Personal, and by the way, some of these prices may be different for you, so just keep that in mind. So Microsoft 365 Personal includes 1 terabyte of storage for thousands of photos and documents. That's pretty sizable. Multiple email accounts, 365 apps with AI to support better productivity, expanded Copilot access. There's a lot in that. But it's also for one person only. And you can sign into 5 devices at once for full flexibility. So it does have some limitations there. Now you can pay yearly, as you see here, for $99 a year, at least at this point. Or you can pay monthly, and that's taking it down to $9.99. So you do get a little bit of a discount if you pay yearly, but if you just want to go month to month, you can do that as well. Now, one thing to keep in mind, you can try free for 1 month, so that way you can see if you like it or not. That's a good idea to do that. So that's the personal plan. And then you get access to all these apps, of course, like we mentioned. But then there's the family plan. It's $12.99 a month at this point. But in addition to everything in the personal plan, you get to share up to 5 people. Each person can sign into 5 devices at once, and each person gets 1 terabyte of storage. So it's great if, as a family or a small team, you're using Microsoft 365. There's also Microsoft 365 Premium, which gets you even more Copilot features, AI agents for complex tasks. That's pretty nice. So this is for individuals, but there's also options for business. So now for business, it's a little bit more in depth, so I'm going to leave that up to you to explore, but just keep in mind that it's fairly similar to the plans that we just looked at, but there's a lot more features specifically for business, like custom business email, for example. So it's just something to keep in mind. So once you've got your 365 account, or if you're trying it for free, then you need to get access to their apps. So now it's time to talk about the main application itself, Microsoft 365. So to do that, we need to go to office.com. And here it takes us to the Microsoft 365 page where we have access to Copilot and a number of different things. Just know that on this page you can message Copilot, so you can talk to AI here. You can do a number of different things on this page for you to look at later. Okay, let's go to apps. Here are the apps that you have access to from Microsoft 365. And this is just a brief overview of them. Now, if you're brand new to Windows, I made something to help. It's called the Windows 11 Starter Map. It's just a simple 2-page printable that shows you what everything on your screen means, what the start menu does, what the taskbar is, and a few other tips, shortcuts. It's completely free. I'll put the link below this video. Now what's nice about all these different applications is that you can click on any one of them and it will open the app for you within the browser. So if I clicked on Word, it would open up Word right within the browser. And here I could create a blank document, I could upload a file and start working on it, I could browse through templates and start to work on them from there. It's very, very helpful, very useful. In fact, you can do that with all of these apps: Outlook, Word, Teams, Excel, Clipchamp, and so on and so forth. It makes it very, very easy. Now there's one important point before we start looking at these apps that I want to bring out. We just went over how Microsoft 365 is a subscription service, and that's true. But Microsoft also provides a free version for these apps as well. If you go to office.com and then log into a Microsoft account, you can get a free version of most of these apps that we're seeing here. So you can open Word in a free version. You would not be able to install the apps on your computer, but you can open the browser version for free, work on documents, and do it all right within your browser. Now, admittedly, there's not as many features there, but it's also free, and that's really nice. So you could open up Word, you could open up Excel, you could open up a lot of these different programs, all for free. So it's just an option to keep in mind if that's something that interests you. Now, if you would like to install the apps onto your computer, then you would click this button here, Install Apps. And then that would begin the process of downloading and installing the applications on your computer. Or you can use them within the browser. So in that case, you do not need to download anything or install anything, but the versions that work through the browser are not as powerful as the ones that you would install on your computer. It's just faster to get to them. But that's up to you and how you want to do it. Okay, just as a brief overview of what these apps are, on the left here we've got Outlook. Now Outlook is Microsoft's email client. So using Outlook, either in the browser or downloading the app, you can send emails, you can reply to emails. It's a great all-in-one tool for all things email. Then let's move over to Word. Now, Word is a great word processor, and you've probably heard of it. It's used for typing documents, letters, resumes, reports. If you've ever typed a paper before, that's Word. Excel is used for spreadsheets, budgets, lists, tracking expenses, organizing numbers. But just keep in mind, if numbers intimidate you, don't worry about it. Excel's powerful, and it can be learned step by step. Excel's great. PowerPoint is used for presentations, slideshows for school, work, whatever group you may be a part of. And then there's OneDrive. Now, this is important. OneDrive is cloud storage, so it allows you to save your files online. So what normally will happen is that when you create a Word document, for example, and then you save it to your computer, that file is stored only on your computer. Well, the great thing about OneDrive is that it uploads the file to OneDrive, a copy of it. So that way, if anything ever happens to your computer, you have a backup of that file waiting for you. Or if you want to access the same file on another device, you don't have to email it to yourself or anything. You can just go through OneDrive and open the file there. So OneDrive is awesome, and it's one of the biggest differences between older Office versions and Microsoft 365. So now there's also Teams. This is used for video meetings and chat, especially useful in work environments where you've got a team who's working together and they're working on projects together. Clipchamp is a video editor. OneNote is a digital notebook. It allows you to jot down notes, to keep everything organized. OneNote is awesome. I use OneNote almost daily. Designer allows you to make designs. And if you left click on it, it opens up the Microsoft Designer app where you can explore things like icons, wallpapers, invitations, and designing your own. So those are all of the apps that are available to you in Microsoft 365 for the most part. But below that, there are some other apps that may be available depending on the plan that you pick. So for instance, Frontier, new things that Microsoft is working with. So in this case, Office Agent, accomplish real-world tasks effortlessly and tastefully. So it's something new they're working on, and it's available to you to try it out if you would like. More from Microsoft 365. There's a number of different options that you may have available to you, and here are some of them. Calendar allows you to manage and share your schedule. Editor will help you to improve your spelling and grammar. Forms will allow you to customize surveys and quizzes, get real-time results. Lists allows users to create, share, and track data inside lists. So on and so forth. You can see there's so much that you can do here. Microsoft To Do is really nice. It's a checklist that you can have on your phone and on your computer at the same time. Sway, you can create interactive reports. And then there's other things from Microsoft too. So Microsoft 365 gives you access to a lot of different things all at one time. So now you've got an overview of what Microsoft 365 is. The real question is, do you need Microsoft 365? That's the big question. Well, it kind of depends. If you work from home, if you manage documents regularly, if you find yourself using Word or using Excel, if that's the case for you, the Microsoft 365 is extremely useful and probably a good idea. But if you occasionally type something once or twice a year, then the free version that we looked at may be enough for you. So just keep that in mind. Microsoft 365 is incredibly useful. Essentially, it's your digital toolbox for modern work and organization. And once you understand what each app does, it stops feeling overwhelming. It just becomes more tools in your toolbox. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Ryan, your tech guide, and I'll see you on the trail.